YNW Melly, his real name is Jamel Demmons. He's actually in plain clothes in the courtroom for the first time in months, again, as this judge really starts the long process of seating a new jury.
YNW Melly's new charges has him stressed out inside of the courtroom, as his charges would be shared, revealing
the state filing 6 new charges against Demmons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
As after his new charges were shared inside of the courtroom by the judge, Bryson Paul would share, YNW Melly does not crack a smile at the gallery as he's escorted back to jail, as YNW Melly has smiled at his family at the end of every single court hearing thus far. The real reasoning for Melly's case now going downhill so fast is all due to the new prosecutor in the case, where it would be announced the new prosecutor in YNW Melly's trial is Stephen Klinger. He is a 39-year-old veteran in criminal law, and just one day after being the new prosecutor, YNW Melly is now facing 7 new charges. The new lead prosecutor of Stephen Klinger is a nightmare compared to the old prosecutor of Christine Bradley. Even the judge is happy with the new prosecutor, as Christine Bradley was fired off for the YNW Melly case when it would be announced this week. Breaking news, YNW Melly prosecutor Christine Bradley has been removed from the YNW Melly retrial following an order granted and signed by Judge Murphy III on Thursday. As explained,
I'm not a lawyer, but Bryson Boone Paul just tweeted that the prosecutor, Christine Bradley, has officially been removed from the YNW Melly case. That means she will not be the lead prosecutor for the retrial of YNW Melly. The news came from the Sun Sentinel, and it says that while Christine Bradley has been removed, the elected state attorney and 2 key deputies cannot be called to testify. Remember, Melly's attorneys were trying to get 7 of the state attorneys to testify, and this ruling is basically the judge saying no to at least one of those.
It seems Christine Bradley already believed that she was going to be getting fired off of the YNW Melly trial, as earlier this week when she was caught committing crimes in Melly's trial, she didn't even show up to court the following day to face the judge, which would then make him very angry.
Typically what I do when I have a brain or some issue about it, the prosecutor who's involved in it tells me, she comes in here, she's got an obligation of candor to the court, and I ask her a question and she advises me as to what's going on and why there's a change, why something like that. But she's not here. This is her case. We spent 2-3 months trying the case originally. It came to a jury, but she's not here for this. I don't understand that.
To fully understand Melly's new charges, we need to dive deeper into these reports, which states, along with capital charges, YNW Melly's witness tampering charge will be classified as a capital life case, which if convicted, can result in a life imprisonment judgment and $15,000 in fines by Judge Duffy. Continuing, Melly's co-defendant, YNW Bortlen, awaits his trial on capital charges. However, his witness tampering charges that ended up revoking his house arrest bond will not be treated as a capital life case, such as YNW Melly's, and instead, it is a second-degree felony case. If convicted, Bortlen can receive up to the maximum sentence of 30 years in prison, alongside $10,000 in fines by Judge Holden. As YNW Bortlen is now getting more of a reason to just make a plea deal out of the YNW Melly case in general. Bortlen is facing all of these new charges when it was announced this week that he was arrested for witness tampering, as while YNW Bortlen was outside of his house, the feds would end up raiding his house and finding paperwork to use against Melly and Bortlen.
Melly's co-defendant YNW Bortlen was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law&Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortlen, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Demmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortlen allegedly tampered with a witness.
As it would be announced by Bryson Paul, here are the images of the alleged notes discovered during the home raid of YNW Bortlen's house last week, filed into the Broward clerks by the state. Alongside these photos of YNW Bortlen drawing on a piece of paper detailing where certain jurors were sitting in the YNW Melly trial, alongside a description of what they looked like. To understand how serious and crime-breaking this is, here's DJ Akademiks' reaction.
To keep it real, this is sloppy. Bortlen, how the f you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Like, god damn. Holy sh. You know what I mean? Like, brother, like, come the f on. It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They be like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
With YNW Bortlen having this found inside of the house, this actually ruined YNW Melly's chances at receiving a bond, as Melly's lawyers were doing an amazing job inside of the courtroom. As thousands of fans are now blaming YNW Bortlen for ruining YNW Melly's life, he would end up speaking from his jail cell, sharing, "I'm doing great. It feels good as long as God is great. My faith will never let me be discouraged because I have Jesus on me. Just ready to come home and for the world to see how corrupt Broward County is. Next time I walk out, there won't be an ankle monitor on me and I'll be a free man." However, to make things even worse for YNW Melly, YNW Juvie's father would end up sharing more evidence to help the new prosecutor, as Stephen Klinger. Juvie's father did an emergency interview with Law&Crime this week, sharing how this new case dismissal situation is affecting him and his family.
All of this legal wrangling that's leading to a delay in the second trial, how are you?
I'm taking it one day at a time. You know, you got to go through this process once again. And relive it once again.
Before sharing the new evidence to help out the new lead prosecutor, YNW Juvie's father would start the interview sharing what his last moment was with his son, Christopher, aka YNW Juvie.
Last time I spoke to Chris was like 2 days before the incident. Him and Melly FaceTimed me, and that's the last time I saw him. Last time I spoke to him was like that same week, man. It just hurt me to see that the love that he had for Melly to do that to him. I see if it was one of his enemies or somebody, he did something wrong or something, but the way it happened, how it happened, who did it, it just heartbreaking on both sides.
As Juvie's father would then start explaining how Melly and Bortlen were witness tampering, and even what code words they were using to make Melly's ex-girlfriend not testify against him in trial.
Both Melly, Jamel Demons, YNW Melly, and Cortland Henry, who is known as YNW Bortlen, are now charged with witness tampering. It sounds like the prosecutors are saying there was this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Saying like to me, they're going through extreme measures to try to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom. And
as Juvie's father would then share something very weird. He would explain what happened on the morning of the crime, the moment that he woke up and checked his cell phone, receiving a bunch of missed calls from the police department, where he would then call YNW Melly's mother asking if this is all real, where YNW Juvie's mother would then share something pretty concerning while he was driving down to the police station to confirm that it was Juvie that sadly passed.
He wasn't, he had switched vehicles, at least that's what they said in the first trial, that he had gotten into, it was suggested through a defense witness, the one and only defense witness, that he had gotten into that other vehicle.
Yeah, they was telling me that I drove down there that morning to go identify Chris. I met Moretti down there that morning, other 26. And on the way down there, when I talked to Jamie, she told me the same thing, like, don't talk to the media and tell them Melly wasn't there. Instantly, my antennas went up because I didn't understand. Like, I knew from that day, I knew something was up.
With Juvie's father sharing new information for Stephen Klinger, he now has a lot of new evidence to use against Melly in the retrial. On top of that, even a friend of late King Von, being an O-Block resident named Jay Hood, also did an interview recently where he would reveal something very unexpected, as King Von may have mentioned a little too much to a group of people that live in O-Block, as Jay Hood would reveal all.
Did Von really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Von was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? What the bam? I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
Revealing information that we never even knew, involving Sack Chaser and Juvie going after YNW Melly for financial gain. King Von and Melly were really good friends, even making a song together titled Rolling, to even Von and Dirk calling YNW Melly while he was inside a jail.
Bust, you got 10 piece. Bust harder than mine. It's me. It's the
If anyone was to know some very deep secrets about YNW Melly, it would likely be King Von. On top of this, weirdly enough, YNW Bortlen's interrogation interview from 2018 was also leaked recently, where Bortlen can be heard stating the crime happened out of jealousy.
Let's talk about why. Are you having issues with anyone?
I mean, we are upcoming artists and stuff, so people, like, you know, when you like start doing better than people, they start hating and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
So you had some jealousy issues?
Yeah, it's like jealousy issues, but I haven't really been on there, but like he like, my friend that's way now, God bless, he was telling me, like, right, he always was telling me about how people, just like today, he was telling me some folks from up our way.
What's up your way?
Like Vero
Beach?
Like, that's where I used to stay, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up there, so that's our hometown, you know what I'm saying?
So what did your friend say about from Vero Beach? What was he saying to you?
He was saying basically just like, they were on like Instagram, Facebook, like sneak this.
As Bortlen's interrogation was roughly 13 hours after the crime was committed, where Bortlen's interrogation would also end very weirdly, where the police officer would ask him, if you know who did this, would you tell me?
By just telling me the truth, even if it's something that I don't want to hear, but I respect the truth rather than BS, okay? And it's a simple question. If you knew who did this, okay, you may or may not know. If you knew who did this, would you tell me? It's either a yes or no question. Answer.
Honestly?
Yeah, honestly. The truth. You wouldn't?
Because I wouldn't want to be a part of it. I wouldn't want to be.
Where YNW Bortlen does not give a firm yes or no answer by using his voice. Instead, he shakes his head no, which is because if he knew it was YNW Melly who did this crime, saying no to the police officer could have caused his voice to come out at a different tone than what he's been using throughout the interrogation, which is due to him lying, which in the end would be a clear indicator to police that Bortlen knows a lot more than what he's sharing. The police officer would then want more details of the in-the-moment actions made during the drive-by. How was Bortlen driving? Did he crash into anything? Etc.
And I'm driving, ducking for my life, trying to make sure I don't get hit. And you telling me, you telling me about shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. I'm driving. I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna be worried about? You know what I'm saying?
I know it's not for you to worry about.
Shit crazy, bro.
But if you tell me it happened there, there's got to be some evidence there. There's going to be broken glass, just like there's broken glass over here from when you guys opened the doors and stuff like that. Okay, there's going to be broken glass over there when the windows got out. There's going to be casings from the people at your car. Okay, there's gonna be stuff, evidence over there. Okay, right now, there's nothing. I kind of think I know what happened because I got information